Hey y'all, it's Gemma, and I was too lazy to talk while filming, so this is me doing a little voiceover, and I thought I might share some of my unpopular opinions because why not? I'm always willing to yap. Okay, y'all are weird for only just now trying to cancel Ekane, like for real. Cause this girl has been weird. She's been a creep. Like y'all did not cancel her when y'all found out that she was messing with a 13-year-old when she was what, 19 or 17. Each way, either way, still really bad. Like it takes colorism for 100K for y'all to unfollow her. Like it doesn't even matter because y'all can never stand on business for nothing, not for anything. And she's literally just living her life fine after she said all that. But I mean, what else did we expect? Like, and I just don't get why y'all support her. Like, everything about her life, I just look at her and I just feel bad for her. Like, all I feel is pity, and I just feel so bad for those kids who, you know, their dad is hitting on their mom. And no matter how hard you try to hide the fact that that's happening, her kids can probably tell and know what's going on. And also, if her kids have iPads and stuff, they might even stumble upon a clip of her. Like, especially also if her kids are in school, in those group chats that those little kids be having, they be sending each other that stuff. So I just feel so bad for her kids. I mean, it's just like it's not even funny when I see her. Like she makes jokes about, "Oh, my baby daddy already beat on me." Like that's not funny. That's so sad. Next, why does James Charles still have a platform? Like why? Why am I seeing this man on my TikTok for you page? Because he came up on my TikTok for you page like a couple days ago, and it was after the presidential debate, and he was basically yelling and screaming at Joe Biden and Donald Trump, but his takes were awful. Because I'm just like, why do people that don't know what they're talking about speak on things that they don't know of? Like, I don't know much about politics, so that's why I did not speak on the debate like that. But a lot of the things that he said were just spreading misinformation. We did not lose Roe v. Wade because of Joe Biden. It was because of Donald Trump. You get what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I don't think that Joe Biden has been a good president at all. But to just be like, oh, he's been stagnant his whole time as president, and the Democrats have been completely stagnant, not doing much, is a bit of a not even a bit of a stretch. It is a stretch. But anyways, I'm just like, this man was caught talking to minors on multiple occasions. That is not a mistake. That is not a mistake at all. At all. Like, I can move on from someone being racist or whatever, okay? But when it comes to things like talking to minors, being a predator, you cannot come back from that. I'm a full believer in that. Like, for me, for the rest of your life, you're just gonna be a predator, and there is no changing that. There's no changing that. I'm sorry. So I don't know why James Charles still has such a huge platform. It's weird, and he just needs to shut up and do makeup. Next one, Booktok has become a huge problem. Now, here's the thing, okay? You might be like, well, Booktok is just about reading and it's just about reading books. Well, no, okay? Because at this point, about let's say 70% of y'all on the mainstream Booktok, you guys are not reading books. You guys are reading porn, okay? You guys are reading erotic literature. Okay, that is not a book anymore. When the characters are oops, let me not say that. When the when when the characters are doing the do every other chapter, that is not technically it is a book, but it's erotic literature first, okay? And those are the most popular books spoken about on Booktok, mainstream Booktok most of the time. And that is a problem because it is not normal for every single book that you read to have spicy scenes in it. It is not normal that every time you get a book rec, you're asking, oh, does it have any spice in it? Does it have any spice in it? It is not normal that you are unable to read a book that does not have spicy scenes in it, that does not have smut, okay? That is not normal because you're just letting your brain get used to that. And now, because when you read those spicy scenes, obviously you feel some sort of way. you might start getting aroused, and your dopamine levels, they heighten. Okay, so then when you read a regular book that doesn't have anything exciting like that, then you're like, oh, this is boring. It's literally, some of y'all are porn addicts. Okay, that is what we call an addiction. If you cannot read a book, if it does not have spice scenes in it, you guys are no some of y'all are no better than those guys who be spending half their day on Pornhub, because all the books you read are just smutty books. And here's the thing, I am not one that is against, reading smut and stuff like that, but my problem is just that it's become so mainstream. A lot of these new romance books that are coming out and have been released in the past couple of years, they're just getting kinkier and kinkier and kinkier. Incest, all these other things, kidnapping, mafia, all these crazy things are becoming mainstream. Now, I don't care if you go on Twitter to go find that stuff, or if you go, on a website that's for that stuff, or if you go to AO3, listen, no shame in the game, Wattpad, no shame in the game. But when it comes to books, when it goes to books, these are books that are ending up in libraries. These are books that teenagers and kids are now going to read. These kinky books are books that a lot of bookstores are putting in their forefronts, because when you enter a bookstore, they usually have like a table with all the most popular books on it. That's the first thing you see when you walk in. Those are the books that are mainly being pushed out. Okay, so that's when it's becoming a problem, because a lot of librarians have come out and spoken like, yeah, there have been kids that have been coming in asking for so and so book, and I know it's popular on Booktok, and it has a lot of spice scenes, smut scenes in it. And obviously, there is not really necessarily a solution, because at the end of the day, I'm not saying that there should be no smut in books, okay? But I'm just saying it is getting concerning. It's getting really concerning. And just like I could even get into the whole situation where y'all started sexualizing this hockey team, and y'all went as far as to go on one of the hockey players' personal Instagram pages and were leaving horny comments about him in his comment section on pictures with him and his son and his wife. Like, that is just delusion. That is pure delusion, and it's disgusting. It's so disgusting. And if the books that you are reading are making you do this, you have a problem. You have a serious problem. And then let's not even get into the whole Wade Wilson situation. These girlies are out here romanticizing a serial killer because he looks like he's straight off of Booktok. And obviously, that's the more extreme and toxic side, but it was very disgusting to see, because I searched up Wade Wilson on TikTok, and almost all the videos I saw of him at the time, it might be different now because that was a couple of days ago, but most of them were like, oh, Booktok assemble. People were commenting, oh, he knows what he's doing. Oh, I can change him. And a lot of those comments had a lot of likes. Okay. Now, if you go, there's probably more people being like, ill, what the heck are you talking about? But the amount of women that were agreeing with these other women about how hot this serial killer is, it's so disgusting. And obviously, women and also men romanticizing these murderers is not something new, right? But it's definitely becoming more mainstream with Booktok, because there was a lot more public shamefulness. They had their own little corner of the internet, but the fact that there are women thirsting in TikTok comment sections just shamelessly like this, it's very crazy. It's very crazy, because now they're putting Booktok on it, when it's like, I mean, I could do a whole video on this on itself. It is insanity to me. But moving on to a more lighter topic, gatekeepers are so annoying. Like, it's so annoying, because there was a video that popped up on my For You page, and it was like, oh, 2000s, it was like a 2000s K R&B song. And then this person commented, oh no, I was trying to gatekeep. I was like, why? Like, why are you trying to gatekeep? Like, do people not realize that 99% of artists, they post their music out there so that they can make it? Like, y'all do realize that a lot of people, they do this full time, like it's their career, it's their job. A lot of these people, they miss out on college. That some of them don't even fully graduate high school, or they sacrifice all these things to become these famous artists, actors, actresses, whatever the hell. And you're like, oh no, I was trying to keep the show. No, I was trying to keep the song. Now it's gonna become TikTokified. Now it's gonna become TikTokified. We have seen how songs blowing up on TikTok has literally changed people's lives. You don't want your favorite artist's life to change for the better just because you want to gatekeep a little song. Like, this is what pays their bills. Y'all don't want their bills paid? It's literally insane. And y'all want a cookie for knowing a song first before everybody else knew it. Like, babe, literally no one cares. Like, who are you? Okay, so y'all dragged the out. Ooh, let me not swear. Y'all dragged the heck out of the whole Fanita situation. When I tell you it was sickening, every single scroll there was 5 10-minute long video essays about Fanita. And I'm just like, a lot of people were saying, oh, she's jealous of her one friend because she wants kids with a white man and she's jealous of her, da da da. I'm just like, a lot of y'all are acting like therapists, and it's really freaking weird. It's really freaking weird. And I'm not a Fanita fan or anything like that, but I'm like, a lot of y'all were dragging it. And then there was someone who made a TikTok. They were talking about nose ring placements, and they were like, "Oh, they don't like it when the nose ring lays too low." But then the whole comment started talking about Fanita, and I originally saw them talking about Fanita, and I don't really care. I didn't even know that she had a nose piercing. And then another person made a video on it, like, "Oh, why is this person's comments turned off?" And then one of the top comments was like, oh, because they were dragging the F out of Fanita. And then this one person commented, good, let them. So I responded, this is odd, because it is odd. It's been like, what, over a month since the whole thing happened? I don't know. It feels like it's been years. And y'all are still on this. Like, y'all are still dragging the girl. Like, at this point, some of y'all don't even know why you're mad at her. Y'all just love a nice hate train. Y'all just love a nice hate train. And I'm just like, imagine being this obsessed with someone. Like, I could never, because I have a life to live. Like, it's giving unemployed. I got a job to clock into. I got all these things I gotta do. But some of y'all don't, and it's very evident. And it's very sad. It's it's weird. Y'all are weird. Okay, final opinion. Victoria Monet does not have to respond to her half sister. Now, before y'all jump me, I'm gonna give a backstory to those of y'all that don't know what the hell's going on. So basically, Victoria Monet, I think it might have been like 2 weeks ago, she posted a photo of her and her father, and she was the caption was like, spending my first Father's Day with my father, because, you know, he's a deadbeat, and now he's only pulling up because she's famous, but I mean, whatever makes her happy. And this is like her first time meeting him or whatever. So she posted a picture of her hugging him on Twitter. And then a couple weeks later, like end of June, this one girl, she responds and she's like, oh my gosh, that's my dad. Me and Victoria Monet are half sisters. She was like, I haven't seen this man in 20 years since I was 3. And she's like, anyways, she's like, I don't know why he abandoned me, and I have a couple other half sisters out there too. So this man, he was just getting anybody pregnant. Okay, it's really crazy. And then she also makes a TikTok and she was talking about it, and she was like, I just really want to speak to him to know why he abandoned me. Like, what did I ever do to him so for him to abandon me? And she was just letting him know, like, hey, the fact that you have children out there that you ignore, you have not provided for, you will never be able to receive your full blessings. And amen to that. I fully agree with her on that way. I mean, on that point. And I hope that she comes to the conclusion that she realizes that she did not do anything for her father to be out there being a deadbeat and not wanting to be around her. It's not her fault. It's not her mom's fault. It's just her dad's fault. Okay. But now, I've seen a lot of people, literally the day the girl made the tweet, some people were saying, oh, Victoria Monet is so selfish and cruel for not saying anything. Why is Victoria Monet staying silent? I'm like, y'all, it hasn't even been a week since she tweeted that yet. But also, what does her father being a deadbeat have to do with Victoria Monet? Like, why are y'all making it her fault that her dad is a deadbeat? Y'all will do anything but hold the man accountable in these situations. Like, please, the BET, she just performed at the BET Awards. She was probably busy getting ready for that award, practicing for hours every day. She probably did not have time to be on Twitter. It was probably her management team on her Twitter for her. And if I'm a busy celebrity, I'm going to all these live performances and award shows. I would not have time to worry about a half sister, because at the end of the day, even though they are half sisters, they don't know each other and they're strangers. I would not feel anything towards her other than I feel bad for her, and I'd be upset that, our dad did that to her. But at the end of the day, she's a stranger. Victoria Monet does not know her. She does not know her at all. If you get what I'm saying, like, even though they share blood, just because you share blood does not mean that y'all are close. Like, I have a huge family and I have some cousins. Yes, we are related and we're cousins, but I'm not that close to them and I don't feel much towards them because they haven't even been in my life at all. Like, I barely see them a couple times a year, even less than a couple. I have not seen them in over a year. So I'm just like, you get what I'm saying? So Victoria Monet does not have to respond. You know, I just wish her and her half sister the best. I hope that her half sister really heals and realizes that it's not her fault that her father left her. I hope that her father, Victoria Monet, and the other girl's father, I hope that he finally decides to step up. It might be 20, 30 ish years later. I mean, but hey, better to be late than never. I think, is that the saying? Well, honestly, I think that they're both better without him in their lives, anyways. But I've never experienced not having a father in my house, so it's not really something for me to speak on.